Okay, I have finished sanding the back of it. I used the power sander with 150 grit there, and it came out very nice. I'll polish it up with the finer grits later. But I've also been working on the edges here, and we're almost done with that. I have a few spots and like these corners and so forth that there's still some of this. I don't know what it is. It almost looks like wax, but I assume it's some kind of undercoat or something to do with the original paint job that needs to come off. So it almost looks like there's some filler in there, but I don't think it is. I believe it's some leftover paint. So let's go to work on that. So I haven't been idle musically since that band, but I haven't tried to put anything formal together or be part of anything else that someone else has been putting together. Simply because, I don't like to put it this way, but I need to be playing with musicians that are better than I am. And those guys aren't trying to form bands. So, what I've been doing is my first love is playing worship music in a good church. And so that's what I've been doing. And there are a few things more rewarding. And I have met some incredible musicians who are better than me. And I'm hoping to spend a lot more time with them. So, this is rather tedious work. But, yeah, music is worth it. It's funny. I've known that music was a big part of me pretty much since I was able to think about the concept of me. It's just part of my soul and always has been. What's really interesting is I was one of those kids who I was fairly sheltered, and I thought everybody else was just like me. And so when my two nephews that I grew up with would come over and we'd try to do music, it amazed me that they couldn't get it right. I could never figure out why. Because, if I heard something, I could sing it back. And I just assumed everybody could do that. Except them. They were both pretty well tone deaf. Had no rhythm. And were just, pretty much the opposite of musical. Whatever the word for that is. But, it took a long time before I understood about different people being endowed with different talents and things like that. Until I understood that, I couldn't figure out what was going on. This body, you know what? Let's zoom in here. This body is a laminate. That is very interesting. It's not a solid piece of wood. So I don't know what kind of wood it is, but, and I don't know if that affects anything, but it is interesting. I'll have to look that up and see what the significance of that is. For now, just keep scrubbing. We're getting there. It is almost done. I just have a couple of little spots over on this side. And then we will take a look at the front of it. Because, as I mentioned, we have that broken off screw there. I have secured a Dremel, but if you saw our video on rebuilding a base, you saw how well I handled it there. So, and I don't want that happening here. I do believe we're finished. Yep, right there. There we go. As I said, I don't want any Dremel gouges in here. So I came up with a plan. My plan involves this revolutionary new idea called practice. I have driven several nails into this board with just their tips poking through. Very tiny. And I have a variable speed Dremel with 2 different bits. So I'm going to try it on these at different speeds and see what works the best. And also get the hang of using this thing so I don't gouge a big hole in our laminate body. So here goes. I think I'm going to make it a little faster. That's what I don't want to happen. Okay, at the higher speed, I lost control of it and got a couple of gouges. So I'm going to try this one all at the lower speed and see what happens. It's not poking through as much as that other one is, so this will be interesting. Now here's a problem. I can't get to that without gouging the wood. So that means let's try a different bit. This one has a point on it, so hopefully I can get into those tight spots without hurting the wood. Just a moment. that's not working. Now that was working pretty well because I could lean over and I could see what I was doing. I have a couple of little bumps there, but nothing serious, and that's not bad. I may have the answer there. Well, do I dare? I dare. Here we go. One thing I'm noticing right away, this metal is a lot softer than those nails I was practicing on. I'm going to knock off this paint around it while I'm at it. Would you look what I did? That is right down flush with the wood. I should be able to start sanding it now. I have to admit, watching those red blotches disappear was exceptionally satisfying. I may have over sanded in a few places, but it's not going to do any particular damage to it because the kind of finish we're going to put on it, it won't matter, and it hasn't changed the shape or anything like that. So a little handwork, and this will be ready for us to start doing something with it.